Look at this dude.
What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hey man, if you haven't already done so, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, smash the like button, click that bell while you're at it, so you can be a part of the Post Noti gang family. Best family on YouTube. That's no cap, hands down. Hey man, look, we're gonna get a little messy today, man. Feeling a little messy today. For the ones that don't know, I'm just a reactor on YouTube. You feel me? You feel me? All I do is these reactions, bro. But you know what? Today I think I want to get a little messy because you know I saw the video pop up and I was like, huh? What could be going on now? If you guys don't know the history between me and Chris Sales, you guys may want to just search natepfleming and Chris Sales, and the videos will pop up. Anyways, I'm not gonna like reiterate everything all over again, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see what this video is about right now, cause once again, we're getting messy today. So we're gonna do less talking, man, more reacting. Let's dive right into this video. Let's go.
Previously, I spoke on Nick not being too.
Okay, so we're not here for that. So we are going to skip. By the way, this is the tea room that posted this. Okay, there we are. All right. This is the tea room that posted this video. So original link will be in the description as well. But here we go. Let's see what's.
He was posted.
By the way, this is Jasmine. For the ones that don't know, we all live together. The house that I had in Katy, Texas, I allowed Chris to move in with me, Jasmine move in with me, and two other girls that Jasmine brought along with her move in with me. And then I also had Vaughn and M, if you guys know who they are, they also moved in with me. I went through a major breakup and I had a big ass house and it was empty as so I said, why not? You feel me? So anyways, let's get to it.
A lot of OF content. Now, at the time, he was working with his then girlfriend, Jazz. Now, if you guys remember, people were claiming that she looked very young. Well,
I think she was like 19 at the time. I'm assuming she's like 20 now, but yeah.
Now she's coming back to expose Chris for being on the DL, also stealing a lot of money from her, as well as a bunch of other things.
See, that's crazy. And for the ones I don't know, man, I explained how Chris owes me a bunch of money, bro. I would be buying him stuff and he would tell me he was gonna pay me back, blase blase. Never saw that money, bro. So bro, he's an opportunist. If he sees an opportunity, he's gonna take it, bro.
Things.
Alright guys, so here is the long awaited video that y'all have all been waiting for. So basically, I was involved with a influencer or funny comedian, whatever you want to call him, Christopher Sales, okay? Him. So I got involved with him like June 20. I moved down here June 15th of 2024, and you know that's when we met for the first time.
And this is what I'm talking about. So what she's talking about is the house that I had. And she ended up moving in and stuff like that. It was wild, I ain't gonna lie, man. It was some good times, some fun times, some wild times, you feel me? But
I've been talking to him on the internet for like a couple months or whatever the case may be, and I ended up telling him I was moving to Houston, and he offered to let me come stay with him. And I was like, okay, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Till I got myself together. So within this time of meeting him, you know, I did develop feelings for him. I did start to like him. And, you know, I was just like, you know, I mean, I was young, very much infatuated, you know, but let's get to the actual interesting part of the story, because y'all need to know this. So first off, this man got me to make a OF account. I'm not going to say it too loud because I don't want to get banned.
yeah, no, they definitely was doing OnlyFans content, I ain't gonna lie. They did OnlyFans content in my car, they did OnlyFans content I think in my closet at one point, and I think also in my bed, bro. I ain't gonna care, bro.
And in the process of making that, my email was not working, and he was like, "Oh, we can use mine," and I was like, "Okay, that's perfectly fine with me." You know what I'm saying? You know, he was like, "Oh, we'll just change it later." So I was like, "All right, cool." So we make it. I put in my banking information. At the time, I did not have a bank. I was using like Chime and Cash App and things like that. So I put my Chime account on there. So right, we open up the account, we get everything going, and I go in there and I open up the account one day. Mind you, when I like two-factor authentication or anything like that. Once I had created that account with his email, I could not go back in there and change anything. And I found,
man, he just wanted full control. He wanted full control of whatever, like the money and stuff like that. He wanted full access, full control, and take it over pretty much. I mean, it's crazy how messy Chris is though at the same time, because even there was this female, Selena Powell, the porn star. She ended up coming through for Thanksgiving, and you know, it was a good ass vibe, but she ended up leaving out early because Chris and Selena got into it or whatever, and they were making OnlyFans content as well. And then she requested to have like the videos removed and this and that and the other after they didn't work out or whatever. But I don't think he ever took it down. Once again, he's an opportunist, and if he sees that he can make $1 here or there, bruh, he's gonna try and he's gonna finesse, bro.
I found out like a day.
I kid you not, like, just looking back at it, I was so blinded from how much of an opportunist he was, because in my eyes, I looked at him as a brother. You feel me? Like, we got extremely close. But then I just started realizing, man, I was getting more used, if anything. You feel me? And I didn't like that shit. I ended up leaving, bro. Everyone else stayed at the crib. Even though it was my crib, I knew it was going to be easier if I just leave, break the lease, and I just leave. Because it was going to be too hard to just kick everyone out the crib, because no one was paying towards the bills. No one was paying towards anything, bro. And then also me having to fork out money if someone needed something. Chris's little gaming setup, any clothes he needed. Anytime we went to the mall, he needed money to be able to do that. So I would always, and my dumb ass, I should have stopped after he didn't pay me back like a previous time. You feel me?
A year or two later, or actually the same day, I think. It might have been the same day, I think. I had found out that he had changed the banking information to his. So me personally, I did what any smart person would have done. I made another account, and I didn't tell him about it. So I had 2 OnlyFans accounts, and I was promoting it on my other ex account that he didn't know, also that he didn't know about. So within the course of that time, within July alone, which is when I made the account, by July 24th, which is the end of the month, I made that account on July 1st. I had made over $5,000.
And it's so crazy because I didn't leave out the crib until like I think it was August of last year. And I just remember in July of last year what she's talking about. I remember me, Chris Vaughn, we was all wanting to go ahead and get a spot with a pool and stuff like that. I ended up forking out, I think it was like $1,700 to hire a realtor to find us at home. And I was waiting around for weeks and weeks, turned into a month and a half. I got fed up. And then on top of that, I'm still paying all the bills. So if you had access to $5,000 from July 1st to July 24th, and you couldn't put none of that towards any of the bills I was having to pay for, it's crazy, bro. It's wild.
Which I did not receive. Which brings me to the next point. I did not gain access to that account until I left him November 28th. I moved out, packed all my stuff, and I left. Because he was very disrespectful to me, yelled at me on the game in front of all his little friends, and thought I wasn't gonna leave. Like, I had enough.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think it was just a very toxic situation, because Chris still did his own thing. Jasmine was doing her own thing. She would tell me she would go link up with dudes and stuff like that, and she'd be doing her own shit. So, like, I ain't gonna lie, Jasmine's wild too, bro. Like, she's wild. I'm gonna just say that.
On top of withholding money from me, now, if you want to know the exact amount, from July 1st, 2024 to November 28th, November 28th, 2024, he had taken $21,086.
Yo, what the fuck? So I remember when this all erupted and I moved out and this and that and the other, and me and Chris got into it or whatever. I remember like his TikToks or whatever, he started becoming like this drama TikToker all of a sudden, but he would be making posts flexing a bunch of cash and this and that and the other. He even called me months and months ago, but he was trying to flex on me like, got a new spot, this and that and the other, and I got money now, this and that and the other, and I ain't sending you any money because I saw what you said on the internet, blase blase. Bro, you are fucking broke. He tried telling me as well, like, this is why your YouTube, your views are going down, this and that, the other. See, but I was like, bruh, I'm a reactor. Views go up and down all the time. It is what it is, bruh. But you over here fake flexing to the internet like you got it, bro. And from the last time I checked, you got a girlfriend, but I know what it was. You probably ended up you needed to find someone you can move in with, because even before you moved in with me, you was living with a female on the same block as in my neighborhood, bro. And then when that didn't pan out and you saw an opportunity to come move in with me and Vaughn, I allowed that to happen. But we all had an agreement on how much you were to pay each month. You feel me? Like
$6 from me. Okay? I'd never seen that money. Never did. I had a separate account, like I told you.
I never saw any of my money come back to me
That I was making money off of. But I never saw the money from that original account that was meant to be mine. Right? And I admit I was, that was kind of dumb of me to, like, not do nothing about it. But in his claims, he claims, mind you, because we did move out of the homeboy's house or whatever, and moved into our house, and it was just me and him. He claimed he was paying the bill.
And when she said moved out of the homeboy's house, that's my house. But at the time, during this time, or whatever the time she was talking about, I was already gone, bro. I was already gone. I packed up and went, bro. I did it quick. One morning I woke up, called the movers, and I did this while everyone was asleep in the house. By the time everybody woke up, the house was cleared. And that's when Chris made that TikTok talking about how he got robbed. He went on like a vacation, came back, and the house was gone, or everything in the house is gone, this and that and the other. Nigga, that was my shit I took. Everything I took in that house is mine. You feel me? Like, come on now, bruh. Like,
mind you, I only stayed there for 2.5 months, right about 2.5 months. In 2.5 months, you're not gonna spend $21,000.
and once again, if you had that type of money, Chris, you had access to over 20 grand, and you were still not willing to pay towards the bills, is wild to me, bro.
On anything. Not no rent, no light bill, no electricity. Then on top of that, I ended up getting furniture for my room. We had separate bedrooms, but I actually really slept in.
Yeah, I ended up letting her and the two friends she brought, I gave them 2 rooms upstairs, because in total there was 4 rooms upstairs, 2 rooms downstairs. Chris had one of the guest rooms downstairs. I obviously had the master bedroom downstairs. They lived upstairs.
His room. But,
and Vaughn and M was also living upstairs.
I had my own separate bedroom, we'll get into that later though. But within that time, he can't even say that when I did end up moving out and leaving, I asked him for my furniture back. And that'll be in another video. But I asked him for my furniture back. And he was like, no, you can't have it back. I bought it. So
you bought it with the money that you took out of her account.
Oh, only thing I had with me when I moved out was the clothes that I brought with me to Texas, shoes, and any other personal belongings. But I had none of my furniture because he refused to give me my furniture because he bought it. Anyways, so next thing is,
man, all I know is this is all gonna catch up to Chris. It might already have, and right now he's stretching it when it comes to TikTok. He's running with it because it's working. Whatever little money he's making off the TikToks, but karma is real, y'all. Whatever you put into this world, it's gonna return. So with Chris doing this and backstabbing people and stuff like that, bro, I lost all respect for you, my boy. All respect.
I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, so I moved out, left, whatever. But while I lived with him, this man brought multiple, and I mean multiple females over, and
which is facts, man. I ain't gonna lie. So, like she said, she had her own bedroom. Anytime Chris would bring a girl over, he would send Jasmine upstairs to go to her room. So she would be pretty much hiding out in her room while Chris did his thing downstairs in his room. But once again, Jasmine was also on that same tip. She would leave every once in a while out the house and go link up with a dude and do her thing. She would tell me this. She would come back and tell me this. Like, man, the amount of time, like I said, it was toxic, bro. Like,
you know what they was doing. It's, use your common sense. If you don't have none, please use it. But yeah, within that time, I will say he was emotionally abusive, seeing as he got mad when I would go to another man's house, but never ever had enough respect to not bring women to the house. So apparently I paid bills there, right? Because he was taking all my money and saying he was using it for bills.
I didn't see any of that money because before these girls came out, bro. I told Chris straight up. I was like, all right, look, they can definitely come move in, but they're gonna have to pay. Like they're gonna have to pay to stay. And he was like, yeah, I got it, blase, blase. So we came up with an agreement of how much each person was to pay, this and that and the other. Never saw a dollar from it, bruh. I was getting fed up, man. All these people living in my house and no one's paying. Like, come on now.
Bringing women to the house that I paid for with me and him, but I was not allowed to bring men over. But he was allowed to bring any woman he wanted, but he was also allowed to get mad at me for going to another man's house. Absurd, right? I honestly cannot believe I like sat there and dealt with that. Okay, we grown now though. So
she's talking about we grown now, bro. This is less than a year ago. We're in July right now. All of this started pop. Yeah, I mean it happened a year ago when everything really started popping off, bro.
On top of that, it was one time I didn't answer his phone calls. I actually asked him. I said, "Hey, do you want to come to a movie with me?" He refused. He didn't want to come. Okay. Ended up going to the movie. Ended up getting out the movie. He was calling me. I wasn't answering. Assumed I was with a man. I came home. That man was outside waiting for me in the driveway. I went up to the house, went up to my room, got in my room. He was visibly mad. And, he just talking, just mad, because he thought I was with a man, and I wasn't. And, he ended up snatching my phone from me, because I ended up getting on my phone, because I don't want to freaking hear that. You bring a bitch here, I can't say that, but you bring females here over and over again but get mad when you think I'm with a man and I wasn't, and I offered to let you come to the movies with me.
So Chris wanted all of Jasmine, you feel me, while he gets to do his own thing. If you guys have an open relationship like that, you guys can't get mad at each other when you guys go around, you feel me? Like, it's just, if it's a friends with benefits, you guys got to know where the line is, you feel me? So Chris is definitely in the wrong in regards to spazzing out if Jasmine wanted to step out, you feel me? Like...
absurd and crazy, like what? But he snatched my phone out of my hand. Then I tried to leave the room. He told me I couldn't leave the room. And also, I can't tell y'all the amount of times this man threatened to kick me out of the house if I went to another man's house. That was a rule at one point. If I went to another man's house and spent the night, I could go live with him. That's what he told me. But I pay rent in that house, apparently. Right? Because he's taking on my money.
I didn't see none of the money.
He didn't want y'all to know that, though. So yeah.
Chris don't be telling the truth, y'all. Like, I know he has this image online and stuff like that in regards of like how he is, this and that, the other. And now he's starting to like post videos with his kids and stuff like that. He's only doing that for his image. He really doesn't give a fuck about his own kids, bro. I kid you not. He's just doing it for the attention and the image he's trying to portray. Like,
yeah, the phone snatching. He was very possessive, y'all didn't know that either. Y'all just was on the internet thinking whatever. He was a very possessive man. I couldn't do anything. I really couldn't have friends without him assuming that I was doing something. And I'm not gonna lie, I have been with other men during the period of time I was with him only because he was with other women. And
when I say this household, it just became too much, bro. There was so much drama, bro. There was so much drama building up, and like I said, I just started getting fed up because not only was I having to deal with all the drama, but I was having to deal with all the bills and everyone. Like, come on now, all these people living in the house, the water bill is high, power bill is high. The rent alone was $3,006 a month, bro. Just the rent alone, bro. So to live in that house is like $5,000 when you add up everything: gas, power, water, yard maintenance, everything, bro. Totaling damn near $5,000. No cap.
I didn't raise no fool. I'm not stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? What? You know what I'm saying? But it's okay, cool. So, yeah, all of this came about though, because like I personally have had enough, I have other stuff like, him lying to me. He would get mad that I would lie about certain things to him, but would turn around and lie in my face. He's lied to me multiple times.
I ain't gonna lie, he is a liar at the end of the day. Like, he lies about a lot of shit, bro. And like I said, when I started catching up on it in regards of what was actually happening, like I said, I just felt like I was being used, bro. He just needed a spot to lay his head and play his game all day, bro. He didn't start making content again until after I left. He knew he had no choice but to try to figure out how to make a couple dollars to survive, because I was out that bit. they ended up getting kicked out the house. Because when I left, like I said, I let the leasing people know I'm gone. I'm not paying anymore for the rent. I'm breaking the lease, blase, blase. But there are people still living there, so blase, blase.
Times, including wearing protection with other women, while me and him was like that, you know what I'm saying? Lied to me, talking about, oh, we do. No, he didn't. So, ladies, if y'all...
I will say this. I have been checked since this whole ordeal. And the reason why I did is because, for one, I was told, I'm not going to say who it was that told me this, but Chris's junk was extremely itchy at several occasions. It wasn't Chris that told me. It was one of the females. The only reason I got myself checked is because her other two friends, me and Chris was both messing with them. You feel me? And once again, I'm not going to say names. I'm not trying to throw business out there or anything like that. But one of the girls ended up getting pregnant. And the girl already knew she didn't want to have the baby. I don't even know what even happened to her or whatever the case may be. But she didn't want to have the baby. She wanted an abortion and she wanted me to pay for it. And I was like, bruh, how do I even know if it's mine? It could be Chris's. You feel me? One of the females, bro, I didn't pay for the abortion because I was like, bro. You feel me? So with that being said, yes, I also went raw as well. But once again, I got checked. I'm cleared. I'm good. Knock on wood. I've never caught anything a day in my life.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all messing with that man like that? Go get checked.
Facts.
I ain't gonna lie. Go do it. Please do it. But yeah. And then on top of that, what else? He messed with both of my friends.
That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, nah. Like I said, it was a wild time. And both those two friends, me and Chris, was all four of us in one bed at one point, bruh. I kid you not. And I already talked about this. And no, me and Chris never touched each other, all right? Because y'all started running with it like me and Chris was also, like, you feel me? It wasn't like that. We never touched each other. Even though we was all in the same bed, bruh.
That came with me to Texas. They ended up moving to back to Florida. Messed with both of my friends. Both of them. Yep. But yeah, that's the story. That's like everything y'all didn't know. And I'm gonna make a separate video, part 2, where I'll show you
everything she's saying, y'all, because I know a lot of y'all are probably gonna think like she's clout chasing, this and that and the other, or lying. She's not lying. I'm here to back it up. Whatever she's saying right now is actually what took place, bruh.
all the rest of the messages that back up all my claims. But yeah, I was tired. Like, also another thing, I told him to take all those videos of me and him down off of
and he's not gonna remove it. He's not gonna remove it.
Or whatever. He didn't. So this is where all this is coming from. You're not gonna, you can't do something simple for me. So I'm just gonna put it all out there for everybody else to know. And apparently, he's fucking a man. Yeah.
What? I can kind of see it though. You feel me? Because Chris, he be coming off zesty, bro. Like all these those weird TikToks he be doing. He be like, he be doing this in his videos. I'm like, bro, he really could probably be gay, bro.
It's cause I told him to take my videos down. He gonna go post another video with a male creators tag or whatever. So yeah, I guess he's with a man now. But
I can't verify that because I didn't know anything about this, but I just don't see Chris being like in other dudes, bro. I just don't see it because, bro, if it was to get out, footage gets leaked or whatever, bro, that would destroy his image, bro.
Yeah, story of my life. Don't do what I did, and yeah, be aware. Be aware. That's all I really have to tell y'all. I'm glad that everybody came to this tea session. Anybody who listened. Like, we go on my little rant, whatever, but there will be a part 2 to this, okay? Just stay tuned.
Part 2.
Right, bye. Alright, so this is part 2 of the video I just made, and this is me coming with receipts, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all, this right here is the original message. Here's a message where he actually tells me no. Like I told you, I had no access to none of that money. So, here you go. You can read. Like, I was like, since we, let me change the info on my, something? He's on my no. And I don't have no, after I said why, he actually came in the room to talk to me and apologize because I'm pretty sure he didn't want to lose my account that he was making money off of, okay? Here's one of the occasions.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like one of the first things I did, cause me, Chris, and Vaughn, we started a channel. The channel was called Unfiltered. One of the first things I did is I changed the information to the account, cause I created the account, and the account, like, it was monetized and everything, bro. I made sure to change the information, cause I wasn't having it. No, ain't nobody gaining access to that account. And we also made a Cash App together as well, which I also took back over. So like, one of the first things, bro.
Where he tried to throw me out the house, you know, basically using the fact that I, you know, really couldn't go nowhere against me. Talking about some, telling me to go back to Florida. Talking about some.
Why does it sound like it's farty?
We gonna find you an apartment. You know, all that. You know, that's one account. This is him again telling me, oh, you need to go back to Florida and stuff like that. Like, you might have to go back. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, mind you, I was exploring, you know, getting into.
I'm assuming, because I want to say Jasmine was in one of these videos out in Houston. I think that's what she's talking about. I think it was King Sid. I think she, like those, what is it, the Smash or Pass videos. The only reason I know about this is because I saw a clip online, and I was like, damn, is that Jasmine in there? So I think that's what she's talking about, because Jasmine was involved in one of those videos. So I think Chris got mad because she went to go be in King Sid's video, bro.
Content creation with other creators, and I had hit up this specific creator that I said no, I didn't want to collaborate with. But then I was like, you know what, why not? He got mad about it. Mind you, I told you this man was possessive. Talking about, you can go back to Florida, you lie about everything. Like, he didn't lie to me several different times. This is...
He lies to everyone. He lies to the internet. Like I said, when I moved out, he tried claiming his whole house got robbed and not to trust nobody, this and that and the other. Showed off the house and stuff like that. The room he went into, that was the master bedroom, and that was my room. That wasn't even his room, bruh.
It's him. When I went to the movies, like I said in the last post, I went to the movies and he thought I was with a man and I wasn't. I went by myself. And talking about something, you keep ignoring me. This is when I came home and I found him in the driveway waiting for me. I'm guessing maybe he thought I was going to be with a man and I wasn't. I was just in my Uber. This is me explaining to him that he needed to, you know, give me my information for my account. And on many accounts, I was scared to ask him, because I was scared he would delete my account and I would have no way to make money and I would be stuck in Texas, seeing as I really did not have any family here. So he ended up giving my account back or whatever the case may be. But this is me where I asked him for my things and he told me no, because he bought it, right? He bought it with his money, but I still ain't seen mine. But yeah, guys, that's all the information y'all need to know. You know what I'm saying? In case he tries to come up on here and say I'm lying, which I never did.
He manipulates y'all, because even when I did my response videos months ago, man, he had a way of trying to cover it up and lie about it. And a lot of people are going to try to believe Chris over someone like me just because Chris is a bigger influencer than me in this and that and the other, and he has this image and this fan base. But y'all are so blinded from, like, I'm surprised you guys can't read read between the lines. Is that how you say it? But you could tell when somebody is lying, bro. Right, like,
never lied to this man. Always been pretty truthful. I just wanted him to take into account my feelings, which he never did. And I, you know, like I said, I was young. I probably should have known that that man did not get about my, you know, about how I felt, you know, honestly. And I'm really personally glad that I got myself out of the relationship. And also, before y'all ask, this is not his baby. It's not, okay? But yeah, I'm glad.
You good for you, because one thing Chris also doesn't do is pay child support to any of his kids, bro.
I got myself out of that situation. Like, I keep having people ask me, how do I feel about his new girlfriend? I could give two lessons. I don't care about that girl.
And we all know how Chris is, bruh. This relationship he's in with, he's gonna end this relationship with her probably when he gets his money up or finds another person to mooch off of. He only moved in with this new chick just so he could, once again, the place he ended up moving into after he got kicked out my spot, got evicted. He probably used whatever money he had to get it, and then he moved again. From my understandings, he moved again But this time there was another car, because I watched the video. It was a vlog he posted. There was another car in the driveway, a white car. So I was like, okay, he obviously moved in with somebody. And then come to find out he's in a relationship with this female. So he just found another female to go lay his, like, if this female, whoever she is, if you're watching this, be careful. He's an opportunist. Like, he's only with you just to have a bed to sleep in.
Girl, honestly, how I feel is that I personally escaped. Like, that's how I really felt. I dealt with a lot of emotional abuse. I have never in my life cried so much over a man, like, ever. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with that, you know, plenty of him saying, like, oh, I'm not gonna, you know, fuck you no more and stuff like that. Like, you know, him saying that to me, telling me that, calling me a hoe while he's out here, you know, fucking on all these women.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like, yeah, he was a hoe, but I was a hoe too. I'm a retired hoe, by the way, y'all, because it's private right now, but I am in a relationship, so I'm a retired hoe, and I'm gonna stay retired. But Jasmine was also getting around as well. She can't say, like, to be honest, we was all hoes at the end of the day, but...
All these women, bringing them to the house, baby, if you thought you was the only one, you weren't. You're not. You never were. And never did I think that either, because he brought it, you know, it was in my face, you know. And like I said, I had all...
Like I said, he would bring females over and then send Jasmine upstairs to her room, bruh. Shit was crazy.
I've been with other people, but I tried to give him... You know, he would get mad at me, and then he would stop bringing people over, and then he would start doing it again. You know what I'm saying? Very hypocritical, you know. But, you know, that's it. That's, you know, everything that y'all really needed to know. You know, hopefully, you know, some of y'all might hate me, so...
I already know me making this video. I know I'm gonna have a bunch of trolls in the comments and stuff like that. I saw when everything erupted, some TikToks and stuff trolling, this and that and the other, blase. But once again, if you guys are not seeing the big picture, you guys are blinded than a motherfucker right now. Because what she's saying, I can back up. I was there, bruh. No cap.
But y'all might call me a clout chaser. Who cares? I was known before him. You know, I just got a little bit more popular because of him. But, yeah, I really hope y'all heed my message and listen to my side of the story. I don't know if he's gonna go make a video or what. But honestly, I'm just tired. I'm really tired and fed up. And honestly, it's not fair on my part that no one ever heard my story. He's out here making me look bad. So, yeah, guys, that's it. Have a nice day. Oh, and for y'all saying, like, why didn't you just make another email? Like I explained in the video, if y'all really didn't actually listen to it, once you make an email, you can't go back in there and change anything without, like, confirmation that you're trying to change a password, an email, banking information, any of that, without it going through his email. So if I would have tried to have done that, it would have, like...
It wouldn't have worked, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It would have shown, like, oh, she's trying to do this or that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he would have got the email notification, password request, blase, or to change your email, blase. Like, he would have got a notification, so he would have caught on what was happening.
And all of this, like I said, like, you know, when you're living with someone and you don't really have another place to go for real, you're not gonna, you know, you're gonna try and, you know, not make the person angry or, you know, make them do anything that would possibly damage your only way of, you know, income. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was for me. And also for the people who was like, oh, you thought you were gonna be better than one of his exes. I never thought anything. I never said that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all go through life. Not all men are better. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything didn't go bad at first. You know, it just
like everything was pretty chill when they first got there. For the ones that don't know, I'm back in Florida, so I moved out of Texas as well. After I got shot and stabbed back in May, I was like, "Fuck this! I'm done with Houston." But anyways, it was a chill vibe, bro. We was all vibing. Everything was Gucci. You feel me? We all celebrated my birthday on June 28th, and those video clips are, I think, on my Instagram. But it was chill at first, and then, like I said, it just got toxic. The tension was rising, and everything exploded.
Later later on and down the line. And, I was just like, one point, I was just like, yeah, it's time for me to go. But,
I knew when it was my time.
I was young.
out.
And for the person who also said I'm still young, that was only a couple months ago. Within a couple of months, you can mature and you can learn from life lessons on things that you probably should never do again. And it was definitely a hard lesson to learn, or whatever the case may be. But
I'm looking at it as a life lesson as well when it comes to my situation, because like this isn't my first rodeo in regards of having a bad experience with having roommates. But I will say this is my last experience. From this point on, I'm living on my own. And then obviously me being in a relationship, it's in the talks that, we get a place together. So my next roommate is going to be my wifey that sleeps in bed with me every night. You feel me? Like, that's going to be my next roommate.
Doesn't mean come on here and criticize me. Like I said in my live, like, just be glad I left. You know what I'm saying? It's grown women older than me who stay in relationships like that for years.
Yep.
Like, those 5 months could have easily turned into a year or 2 years of him taking all the money I ever earned. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm personally, like I said, I'm glad that I left, but today was just my breaking point. You know what I'm saying? I asked something else.
We all had that breaking point. That's why I came out with the videos I did after the situation, because I ain't gonna lie, like, I was pretty emotional. I felt hurt, bro. Like, at the end of the day, because like I said, I looked at Chris as my brother. Like, I would tell people that. I'd be like, man, Chris is my brother, this and that, the other. Man, I really, I had love for the dude, but he fucks it up with everyone. If you think about it, relationships, friendships, bro.
He ignored me, so I had enough. You know what I'm saying? So he can keep putting all that stuff up there, but like I said, at the end of the day, there's no way to come on here and defend none of that stuff I just told y'all. Like, you can't defend taking money from someone. You can't defend emotionally damaging somebody. You can't defend telling somebody, every time they go out, oh, you about to go mess with a dude. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even said that. He literally said, you about to go fuck your nigga, ain't you? Like, every time, like, that's what I had to deal with. Every time. Like, I didn't have friends. I didn't go out because I was afraid of what he was gonna say. Imagine being
at that point, he was trying to take full control and power of the situation, bruh.
Afraid of what a man's gonna say every time you try to do something. You know what I'm saying? Imagine being scared that you're gonna be homeless because he thought you went to go be with a man, or he told you not to go stay with a nigga and you did, or you hang out with a man, anything of that kind of sort. Like, and people who have been through something like that will understand. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm glad that I left and that I, escaped. I'm not jealous of the new girlfriend or nothing like that. There's nothing to be
jealous about, to be honest. Like,
be jealous of, especially
exactly.
When you know what I've been through. There's nothing to be jealous of. There's nothing to hate or envy. And that I don't envy that at all. You know what I'm saying? But that's my last time saying anything about this. It's just a learning lesson for me and myself. I just have to grow.
That's the way you gotta look at it. It's just a life lesson. Don't let it happen again. You feel me? Like, for me, like I said, that was my last time having roommates like that, bruh. I don't do the roommates anymore, bruh.
But y'all have a good day.
That it? There's still a little bit.
So, I guess it's not funny when the tea is about you. How you met?
Oh, okay, so she posted it to her TikTok or whatever, and I guess he saw it, so now he's lashing.
Dad, I'm speaking facts. Yeah, I'm speaking on you, and I have the right to. Free will.
To be honest, exactly, because Chris does the same thing on his TikTok. He's always putting himself into other people's relationship dramas or anything like that. When it comes to Corey, when it comes to Clarence, Queen, Carmen, he puts himself into people's situation. And DDG, like, bro, come on, bro.
Have free will,
but you get mad when people talk about you and exposes you. What does he say? That's tea for me.
Don't forget that. But yeah, that's what he had to say.
It's only baby about how with a nigga you barely know. Homely ass, come stay with me. You talking about me on the internet?
Baby, I'm very much focused. You want to talk about me and my one baby daddy, bitch? You got 4 baby mamas. Please get your life together. Huh? I'm I'm so done. I'm so tired of being a nice. I'm so tired. Like, I'm so freaking tired. And the fact that you sit up here, like, you text me that, I'm ungrateful. What was there to be grateful about during our relationship? Yes, I will say, like, yeah, you did do something nice for me, but all that nice shit quickly went out the window when you took my money. You didn't kick me out, but you literally told me, oh, just go, you can leave. Yeah, I don't find it funny at all that I could have got a disease because you wanted to fuck around with multiple women. Never told nobody.
Chris really needs to go get checked for real. I like I said, I'm cleared, so I'm good. But
we was together. Never said that. Made that very clear. Yeah, now you don't want to answer me back because of what I just said? Like,
hey, it is what it is, y'all. We gonna stay we gonna stay up to date with this, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, because I feel like there's gonna be more videos rolling out, because I feel like Chris is gonna try to clap back. I wouldn't be surprised if Chris sees this reaction and then tries to clap back at me, bruh. But Chris, at the end of the day, this was nothing but facts. You can't lie about this. When I first came out with my videos earlier this year, no one really like wanted to believe. Like, there was people that wouldn't want to believe me, and they would just pick Chris's side just because, once again, of who he is. Now that she is finally coming out with everything, this is now another person talking about the situation, our situation, when we was all living together, bruh. Like, it wasn't cool, bruh. But now that she's coming forward, I've already came forward, and I'm gonna say it again. Even though all of this is now coming up on a year of all the drama taking place, it's old news, but it's still relevant because at the end of the day. Anyways, we're just gonna leave it at that. If there's any more videos that roll out, or if there's a video clip that I haven't reacted to, send it to me. Let me know if there's any other videos, y'all. But anyways, if you guys made it to the end, I do appreciate it. Smash the like button, leave a comment, click that bell while you're at it. Till next time, I'm gonna see y'all next time. I'm out.